Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Lishine, and in this video I'm going to talk about my favorite book. Well, my sister, who was teaching in the private school, used to give me the books that were left behind by her students, and I'm so lucky, really lucky, or blessed, I would say blessed, that I was able to inherit those textbooks. And during summer vacations I keep on reading those books. So that was a little story about how I got myself into reading. So when I grew up, I developed a liking into reading. Wanna go straight into it? So the book that I will be talking about today, which impacted me in a most profound way, is the book entitled Don't Be Sad by Dr. Aid Al-Qarni. I got this book when I was in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah. I was roaming around a bookstore and I was looking for a good read. Then I came across this title, and as I was reading the preface or the introduction of the book, it caught my attention right away. And at that time, I have saved some money because one of my patients, she used to give me tips after our derma laser hair removal. She's really kind, so I got this book from her tips. It's really a blessing. And when I read this one the first time, I already highlighted a lot of texts which caught my attention. I was so excited to accomplish reading it right away. Like, I want to know what are the contents. I want to really digest in a fast way. But it's really impossible because when you read a book, you should like take your time, because that's the manner that you can absorb things. I was struck by this book because like it contains verses in the Quran which is applicable to our daily lives, like how to deal with sadness in our daily lives encounter. We know that, as cliche as it may be, we are experiencing ups and downs, and it's easy to deal with our ups. Like when we are happy, we celebrate, we feel good. But how about when we are sad, when we face problems, and not just problems, those heavy trials, those times that we were tested, those situations that will make us feel discouraged and lose hope. What are we going to do when we are in that situation? But I was really happy that I was able to finish reading the book right away, and that's the time that I knew this book was really a great book. Sorry, this book is kind of I don't know why, because I tried to cover it, because whenever I go traveling I want to read, but I don't want the title to be shown because I don't like people looking at the book. Why is she reading Don't Be Sad? Is she sad like this? I'm just really conscious, but also it bothers me when I'm reading that somebody's looking at my book. So that's why I covered it, but because I want to show it to you in my vlog, that's why I uncovered it. And I realized it was hard to remove it all because of its quality. It's like a sticker, so I'm sorry for that, but this is really what it looks like. It's the hardbound copy. Yes, it's a treasure to me. When I came back to Philippines, I really brought this book with me. I made sure that it's part of my luggage. I don't mind leaving behind some stuff like my clothes, as long as I bring this along with me. And I tried to open it a couple of times, but because I got really busy about adjusting my life back in the Philippines and then going back to Saudi Arabia after some few years. And now I'm back again in the Philippines. And this time around, I experienced such a great tribulation in my life. Like, I don't want it, I don't want to share to you what kind of trials I'm facing right now, because I know that each one of us, we all have trials on our own. We are being tested, and it's not only me. And I have to admit that I'm really at the bottom of life. So I don't know how to say it, but this book really helped me a lot. When I was like really lost, I found this book on my bookshelf, and like I started reading it by heart. This time I'm not rushing. I'm just really going from page to page, like, oh wow, when I find a, like this one, when I find a line which really strikes me, like, don't be shaken by criticism, instead be firm. Know that the level of people's criticism rises in proportion to your worth. There are a lot of things to really highlight in this book, and I really recommend that if you're a Muslim or a new convert, this will help you understand the Quran more. Well, aside from the Quran is my most favorite book of all time. The Quran has life lessons, like eternal life lessons. I knew it. But if you want to ask me which books help me to understand the Quran more, which helps me get the gist of some Quranic verses, I would suggest you this book is really rich in wisdom, and you will not regret. You will instead feel blessed and empowered. First few chapters, like, there are titles in each of the discussions, like doing good to others give comfort to the heart, and repel boredom with work. Like, how do you push away sadness? Like, it's not really how to remove it, but how to deal with it in a healthy manner, and how to look at your life in a godly perspective. I could only say so much, but when you get to read this book, you will know why I am talking about this book. Accept life as it is. So the main point of this book is like, there is a reason for everything that happens in our life, and we need patience. We need to develop patience in everything. And when you are successful, you have to be humble enough, and do not change your attitude to become boastful, because everything in life is temporary. Even the wealth that you have is a test. The wealth and the things being taken away from you is also a test. Everything in life is a test. So there is no reason for us to compare with each other. There are stories about some real situations of people being shared here, and some lessons to be learned about those stories. So you should check it out. It's a really worth read. So I highlighted a lot of things in which I couldn't say it all in this vlog. I'm just so excited to share to you that I finally found one of my favorites. So I am definitely going to read this book over and over again, because look at this book, it's really thick. So there are chances that I might forget some of the great thoughts and lessons here. So I will forever reread this book. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you find this helpful, and inshallah you can have this book. Don't be sad. I wrote it here. My favorite book, please handle with care. See you guys. Thank you.